Hey guys, what's up? This is David from Common IDW here, and welcome to another episode of the Commentary Podcast, the geeky and nerdy show for geeky and nerdy people. And I'm your awesome host, David. And here we have a small panel today. It's just me and my awesome girlfriend, Aisha.
Hello, hi, it's
And
me.
yeah, it's her finally. She's
It's
been waiting to be on the
it's been
show
a
for forever.
while.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for being on the show, baby.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having me finally.
yeah, for
I
sure.
haven't been here since what, the first one, I think.
I think so. You've been real busy, and we've had a whole bunch of stuff going on. But that's why we have our awesome team here at Common RDW. Speaking of the team, let's run through some introductions real quick. Let's run through the opening segment of the podcast. First off, who we are. We are Common RDW, hashtag Team RDW. We are just a whole bunch of friends who are working together on this media outlet. Used to just be me on Common RDW, but I was like, hey, I want some friends in on this. So I got a whole bunch of friends that I felt had a similar interest to me, wanted to have a space to create stuff, and now we're all somewhat working together with our schedules, and we're making podcasts now. We're streaming on Twitch. We're making articles. We're trying to make more YouTube videos. We're doing all that type of stuff. But one thing we're making consistently so far, we're on like a 4 or 5 week streak with this podcast so far. We've been doing
Is
this,
it
which
really?
I think we're 4 weeks maybe. I'm gonna say 4 weeks. I'm gonna say four
Goodness.
weeks. But we are on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. So if you're listening on the Apple Podcast, for sure give us that 5-star review. Also give us some actual critiques and stuff like that. And if you're on Spotify, hit that follow button or subscribe button or whatever the heck is on Spotify so you can keep getting our show to your box every single week. And also, we are putting this on YouTube also. So if you like this podcast, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, etc., etc. We're covering all the bases here. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mouthful, but you got to do it. You got to do that intro. Um, One cool thing with the
Okay.
commentary
I
podcast.
just
Hmm.
Sorry, I was like, let me look back and see when we first when we first came back. It was October 12th.
Oh, like like since the streak started back up.
Yes, from the beginning, like the beginning, that was June 29th.
Yeah, that was like 2 episodes in a row. No, 3 episodes in a
Then
row, and then we broke.
Yeah, there was two in July, and then we had a break, and then we
Yeah.
came back in October 12th.
If you want to go back and listen to those, they are on our iTunes and our Spotify. So go and listen to those right there. Yeah.
Woo!
But one cool thing with the commentary podcast is we have a shuffling panel of guests and panelists on here. I'm always constant, but everyone else is shuffled. So last week it was me and Marcus and Jerome, and we also had a special guest, N64 Josh, the host of the Nintendo Powercast, a really awesome Nintendo podcast. Basically, probably one of the more popular unofficial Nintendo-based podcasts that aren't from an actual like big like publication. So that's awesome that he
Yeah,
was able to be on the show with us that week. Talked about some Thanksgiving dinner favorites and
that
freaking broccoli and hollandaise
was a
sauce.
weird conversation.
It's really
I was
crazy.
listening to that, and he said that, and I was like, "What? I what did you just say?
Yeah.
Who do you like? Who?"
But yeah, the panel's always shuffling, and this week it's just me and Aisha. Maybe someone else will join in, but who knows? But either way,
Who
it's cool.
knows?
And so I like to do panel icebreakers every episode. So one thing I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna ask Aisha a question, and we're just gonna both answer. That'll give you guys a little bit of an idea who we are, type of stuff we like, and maybe you guys can maybe relate. So Aisha, icebreaker this
Hello.
week. What's your
Yes.
best or worst Black Friday memory? I'll say as a patron, as actually going to shop for Black Friday.
Well, I normally don't get to do Black Friday shopping
Cause you're
because
usually
I'm like,
working.
because I'm usually working. Like, I think the first Black Friday I worked was when I was still working at the museum. And like, you would think, oh, it's just a museum, it's whatever. No, everyone and their mom wanted to come and bring their families. And of course, that's when the Christmas trees were up. So it was just busy. It was just
Hmm.
all over. And then the next Black Friday, yeah, I didn't go anywhere when I was working at the clothing store. I was working at Uniqlo because I was there. for 12 hours. I was worked from 7 to 7.
Disgusting. It's a full twelve
So
hour
by the
shift.
time I was, yeah, it was a full 12-hour shift. And like they bought us pizza and everything, but you know,
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
you're
by the
here
time,
giving us your whole day away from your family. Here's enough time to eat two slices of cold pizza.
yeah, no, like I mean, we're closed on Thanksgiving, which was fine, but then the next day is like you're either like 7 to 7, 10 to 10. Some people were working 11 to 11.
It's
And I
disgusting.
remember,
Being a
yeah, I remember
manager
that
for a
year.
store that actually has to be open on Black Friday is literally
Hmm.
like you get 2 hours of sleep, then you're back on the floor. Like you don't sleep.
Hmm.
Like I
Yeah, you
know
don't
like when
sleep.
I worked at Best Buy a couple of years back, some of the managers actually like didn't even go back home. They just like had a sleeping bag because like
You just sleep in your
our
car.
break room had like a sofa and like one or two
Uh-huh.
of the managers just had like sleeping bags and they just slept in the break room and didn't even go
Yeah.
home. Or like one
Well,
of them
because
had
with
like a
Best
gym.
Buy,
Yeah.
didn't you guys open at what?
It's like so.
Like 6
I think this
p.m.
was
on,
before it actually rolled to. No, this is when it was
because this
during
is after, because this is
Thanksgiving.
when I met you, right? And you didn't go home
Yeah, because I
for
was working.
holidays.
Yeah, so on
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving, I think it actually like it was doing what they were doing now, where for Thanksgiving
It's like
they're
Brown
like open
Thursday or
from like
something.
4 to like 10, and then they're open
Mm-hmm.
again at like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
some managers live so far away, and they're just like, I don't even want to go home. I just want to sleep because I've been up since like 6 a.m. this morning. So it's whatever. Um, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. For me, anyway, as far as Black Friday goes, I always did Black Friday. Well, I didn't always do Black Friday, but me and some friends, like growing up, we always saw those stories on the news where it was like people getting trampled at like at Walmarts and Targets for like big screen TVs
Yeah.
and like some of
Yeah.
the good deals that some stores had for certain stuff. Like sometimes those deals are really good and you gotta like
They
get
were
that
really
thing.
good, yeah.
Like back when TVs were actually like very hard to get. Instead of like you could
Mm-hmm.
just walk into Best Buy at any time and get like a good TV for a low price. Um, but I usually go to certain stores during Black Friday. I don't go to like I don't tend to go to Walmart as much
Oh
anymore.
God.
But then again, it feels
No.
like over since as
Well,
time has passed, it seems
now
like they've
it's
gotten their stuff
better
together.
now.
Yeah, it seems like they've gotten their stuff
Like
together. Like they
I'm
actually
trying
have
to
a
remember
system.
like the last time, like, cause I don't remember when I know I've gone out on a Black Friday before, like with my mom probably, but I don't remember like it being a big thing that I cared about. And then like now as an adult, like I said, I'm always
You're
working, and
always
then
working the actual Black
that
Friday.
normally you end up getting my stuff for me
Yeah,
because
like I got like you
that's
got
what
the
you
TV
did
this year.
before.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, that's what you did before. Like when this is back when. You bought me? What did you buy me? You got me like
Oh, I got you the
Splatoon.
DS, didn't I? No,
No, no.
I got Kiara the DS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah,
salty because they only let you have two or
yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was mad.
But
But you got me Splatoon and some other stuff.
mhm.
Um,
But yeah.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, but also working Black Friday. I don't know, it's weird now like when I actually have the holiday off and I actually can just be like actually out shopping because I went and I have trading credit on my GameStop card for like $70, and there's some games I want to pick up. So
70.
yeah, so I'm like gonna pick up a couple games because there's like actually some really good deals. Like I want to get Nino Kuni for Switch because that's like 25, and then
Yeah.
I got Ukulele and the Impossible Lair for 10, which is a stupidly good deal. And then
Hmm.
there's a couple other games scattered that I might get to, but like I could
Hmm.
stretch $70 no issue, especially since I'm not buying any hardware. When you're not buying hardware, the holiday is actually not really that big of a deal. It's like when
Didn't you
you're
say you need a something for your computer, for your
I might get
laptop or
like an
something?
external hard drive or something, but like I mean like I'm not
Mhm.
buying a gaming system or anything.
Oh yeah. Oh God, remember last Black Friday
Frickin' yeah,
when
the
we were
PlayStations. I feels like
the
this year would
PlayStation?
be this year the deal seems better than last year.
It is better than last year,
Because
and I'm low
this
key
year they're giving away
salty
the thing with like three
because I would
games.
have. I would have totally
And
gotten
Spider
that
Man's only
bundle
like $10
this
at some
year.
places, I think.
Yeah, well, I was thinking because I was looking on Amazon and there's a few like games on sale, like because you know how Horizon came with the PS4 bundle. Like I was looking and that's like 9.99.
Mm-hmm.
Um, The Last of Us, but I think I already have that on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
But most of those games are like $10 now.
Yeah, all those games
And
are
then
stupid cheap now.
even and then even I think for like the story so far, I think that's like $11 for the
Mm-hmm.
well no well it might have changed since the last time I saw it, but it was cheap.
Yeah. But for sure, I want to
Mm.
know. That's like our thoughts on Black Friday, best and worst Black Fridays. But I want to know what you listeners have to say on Black Fridays. What is your best and worst Black Friday memory? Working it or just going to Black Friday? Have you ever been trampled? Have you ever had to like
God.
literally break up a fight over some headphones being an employee? Have you ever seen two people fight over a scarf?
Oh
In a
my
clothing
God.
store. I
Did you
want you guys to
ever
send in your stories to conmenrdw, conmenrdw@gmail.com with the subject line conmen FAQ. Um, no, yeah, conmen FAQ.
FAQ
No, conmen questions. There we go.
Q&A?
Yeah, conmen Q&A. Okay, send the email to conmen Q&A. Um, Black Friday. Conmen Q&A Black Friday. Make that the subject line.
The subject.
Yes, and and then we'll go through the emails and we'll read them on the next episode. We're doing some trial and error with this, but I do want to start getting more like listener mail. I want to start getting like opinions from people that are listening to the show.
Hmm.
So conmenidw
Did
at
you
gmail
ever
dot
have
com.
any
Conmen Q&A Black Friday.
um
Yes. No,
oh I was just
I've
gonna
never seen anybody fighting in the store because I usually do Best Buy Black
like
Fridays,
yeah, I was
and
gonna
they're
say like
usually
even
pretty.
as an
They have a whole
employee.
system. They have a whole system. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's really
Wow.
it's pretty organized. And also, one thing we do as well in the beginning of the podcast, we also go over what we've been playing slash watching. Well, we haven't been we've been doing that at the end of the show, but we're moving it up because it makes more sense to do it near the icebreakers because then you guys are still knowing like getting to know the panel. So, Aisha, what have
Yeah.
you been playing slash watching in the last couple days?
Playing nothing.
Yeah.
Watching nothing really. But
Mm-hmm.
while I'm at work I've been reading.
You've been
I've been
reading?
reading manga. Yeah, I've been reading the Promised Neverland
Oh,
manga.
okay.
Yeah, so I've been reading that because I'm just sitting at my desk and it's just I can't be on my phone, so I just read manga. And last time I was on here, I was reading Let's Play, the webtoon,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm caught up on that now. So I was like, let me find something new. So that, well, not something new because I already watched the anime.
Yeah.
And now I'm reading it, and I'm on like chapter 125, and it's got me fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I'm highly upset. I'm
Nice.
mad.
Yeah, I've so you watched it already, right?
Yeah, I watched the first season because Jameer was talking about it, and he
Yeah.
was, hyping it up, and I was like, let me go ahead and watch this. And I watched it, and I got mad, and then I was thinking about stuff I can do at my desk while I'm at work during
No, you're
like
just reading.
downtime, and I'm just reading.
So
I'm
could
like,
you
I might
have
as well
like
catch up.
so if you had like an iPad, could you just like be reading
No,
webtoons instead or so you're
no,
not even
can't
supposed to
have
be
an
on your
iPad.
phone at all?
No, because we can't have anything
So
at our
so
desk
you're
like with a
basically
camera.
okay.
So we can't have phone
Oh,
and we
okay.
can't have iPad
But when
because
you can squeeze it in, you just flip through some comics, some
no, I
manga.
just have it open on the computer,
Oh, on the
like on my
computer.
screen.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can we
I'd be
can
doing the
read on
same
the
thing. Okay,
screen.
yeah, I'd be doing the
People
same
do
thing.
it. Yeah, people do it all the time. Like there's plenty of people whose screens I walk past and I see them reading manga. And there's this one guy specifically who like sits like near my section and I want to ask him like what he's reading, but I haven't done it yet and it's been kind of busy
Hmm.
lately. and I don't want to be like awkward.
Okay, yeah, I totally just have
Yeah.
Webtoon open and scroll through some stuff while I'm at work.
Yeah, no, that's how I got caught up on Let's Play.
Okay,
Because we're
that's
not
cool.
supposed to, yeah, we're not supposed to have phones because obvious reasons, and same with iPads. They don't want us like
Yeah,
the
cameras and stuff.
possibility
Yeah,
of
yeah.
us taking pictures of
Credit card
people's
information or
sensitive
whatever.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a super,
Yeah,
super
that makes
big
sense.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't, so you've been reading Promise Neverland. You haven't been watching
Yeah.
anything on Disney Plus because I know you got my freaking Disney Plus login.
Yeah, well, because I logged in on everything and I was like kind of flipping through, adding stuff to my favorites, to my queue. I watched Emperor's New Groove because I
That's a
haven't
good
seen that
movie.
movie in
That's a good
years.
movie.
I love it. It's so good and I
Mhm.
haven't seen it in years.
It's a
So I
good movie.
watched that and then I was gonna watch some Winnie the Pooh, but I
Like
I
the
was
New
like,
Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
yes, like the show.
Oh wow. I feel like
Uh, I was going
that
to.
doesn't. I feel like that's a good show to like turn on and watch one episode of, and then remember like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, this was a good show to watch as a kid. But I don't think you can just watch that as an adult and just. I don't think the nostalgia will carry that show that far.
I watched like the intro and then I was because I was still like looking through stuff on Disney Plus and I was just like, I'll watch this later. But well, I think I prefer the Pooh Bear movies now
I probably
as
watch
an
the
adult.
movies, but I wouldn't watch the show.
Yeah, I just have such nostalgic feelings about the show. Like there's so much stuff on there that
Yeah, Disney
oh,
Plus is a
you know
nostalgia
what?
well.
We watched the first episode of High School Musical, the series. That's what we
I've
watched,
been
David.
holding off on watching more of that because I want to watch some more with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was better than I thought it would be.
Mhm.
Because when it
People have said the
first came
first
out,
episode's good, but I haven't heard people talking about it past the first episode. So
yeah, I've only heard people talk about the first episode. I've only seen YouTubers talk about the first episode.
yeah, so I don't really
Um,
know how much it holds up after that.
yeah, I mean everyone kind of I think that I've from what I've seen has the same thoughts of like, well, I mean this is stupid, but it's actually not that bad.
Mhm.
Or if it's like if you like High School Musical, if you grew up watching it, it's a huge head nod because of the references that they make.
Aisha, you could finally strap me into a chair and make me watch like High School Musical, the
Oh,
trilogy,
I'm going to. You're gonna watch all three. You're not gonna be like that one character that's only seen the first one like 30
the
times
first, and then
and
watch like
only
5 minutes of the other
of the
two.
yes. And then I think a lot of people will say that the second one is the best, which is like, I mean, I guess.
I don't know. Like
Um,
I said, I started falling off of High School Musical when the second one came out. I mainly listened to the songs in the second one and watched like the
mhm,
key like moments, but I didn't really watch the whole
mhm,
thing. And then the third one,
yeah,
I didn't care at all when that came out because I literally dropped
yeah.
off High School Musical by then. So
I will happily watch the trilogy with you.
okay. And you
It's
haven't been playing
and
anything?
no, I haven't
Had the
touched
time.
anything.
Yeah.
I like played Persona for a little bit, but
I feel like at
I
this
was
point
trying
you
to
might
do
as
it.
well start over low key.
I don't need to start over,
Okay.
but I was trying to. Yeah, I know where I'm at, and I know what I'm doing because I've played the first Palace. Like I've watched people play the first Palace, and I've also played the first Palace like more than once, and I'd rather not do that
Mhm.
again. Um, but the only I stopped because it's just trying to play it on my TV right now. It's
Oh yeah, your
small,
tiny
and
TV. You'll be
yeah, I was
better with the bigger
struggling.
TV.
Yes, that's why I haven't really been playing anything like on my PlayStation specifically because I was like standing up
Yeah.
playing it,
Yeah,
and I
that's
was like, I
fair.
want to sit down
It'll
and
be
play
better with
it.
the bigger
So
TV.
yeah, I've been waiting um to do it when I get my TV.
Well, I've
Um,
been playing. I've been bouncing around a couple games. Honestly trying to um not build my queue up as more than it needs to be, but like that's inevitable. So I've actually finished Luigi's Mansion 3 this morning.
oh, you're done
Um,
with it. Oh
yeah,
my
I finished Luigi's
gosh.
Mansion 3 this morning. That game was
Was it
it
worth
was
it?
oh yeah, it was totally worth the 60. But it's
Okay,
like as far as replay value, I'm not really trying to
you're
and
not.
the fact that there's so much to play still, I'm not trying to go through
Mhm,
and be a completionist and get all the crystals. I looked up the
mhm,
extra endings. There's only there's not really alternate endings to Luigi's Mansion
mhm,
3. So it's like if you beat the game, you beat the game, and there's no real incentive to really go back and get all the crystals unless you just want to. And
Mhm.
also like nobody's trying to play like the multiplayer modes with me. Like I can't just bust out at a party really. So I honestly
I
just traded.
mean,
I traded the game in
I
this
would.
morning.
You traded it in already?
I tossed it with Kirby. That's how I got the
Oh,
$70 in trade value. Because I was just
damn
like,
it! I was gonna
I'm just
ask you to
gonna,
borrow it.
yeah, I just got rid of it. So
God damn it!
I got that to invest into other games. So I already got like ukulele with it. So that's actually a pretty good deal on that end for me. Um, but it was a good game.
Disappointment.
I highly recommend anyone check out that game. I was thinking about getting Link's Awakening with the money, but I'm gonna actually probably rent that actually. Um, because I can, because family videos OP. What else? I've been playing Fortnite Save the World, the Save the
How
World
is
mode a
that?
little bit more recently, because it's a mode that no one really talks about, but it's a mode that Epic has been putting a lot of money into, like
Mhm.
consistently. So it's basically the mode that Fortnite was intended to be in the beginning. Then Battle Royale happened, and then they realized they could put more money into Battle Royale, and also more people were drawn into that. So they just kept doing that. Um, Save the World is basically a whole story voiced thing where you're basically building a
Voiced.
base. It's fully voiced. Like there's a lot of
Mhm.
characters with voices. There's actually skins in that mode that aren't in Battle Royale. There's weapons in that mode that aren't in Battle Royale. There's lots of customization. Building feels
Mhm.
more natural because you're actually building stuff to defend from zombies and like monsters and stuff. So building feels
Okay.
more natural. It's actually giving you a sense of progression other than just going back into Battle Royale over and over again. Um,
Okay.
the only thing is you have to pay like $30 to buy into the mode, which is technically like the full game, quote unquote. But it's like by buying into Save the World, when you play the game gives you quests in story. And then also
Okay.
sometimes when you do extra stuff, like when you're playing just off the whim, there's also daily quests and stuff, and
Mhm.
you can progress through the game and level up, and you can also get V Bucks just by playing Save the World. So you can get more V Bucks and by playing that mode than you could by playing Battle Royale. So like
But you have to pay thirty
you have to pay
dollars, which
30
is
to get into it,
technically
which is like your
the full game.
yeah, it's technically the full game, but the game still, regardless, will say early access, regardless if you pay the 30. I don't know why that stamp's still in there, but whatever.
That's
Um,
so weird.
but yeah, Save the World's really fun if you have like a friend to play with. You can still open it up to play with randoms, but it's like it's good. It's a good mode to play with friends, especially if you have friends that want to play Fortnite with you, but they just get
Yeah.
pissed off playing Battle Royale. Just tell them to drop the money and get Save the World, and just play Save the World with them. It's a lot better to do it that way. Um,
Hmm.
let's see. So I've been playing Luigi's Mansion and that. I also just got Ukulele and Impossible Lair today, and that
Nice.
game is really good. Ukulele, the first version, which was based off of like it was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Banjo Kazooie,
Mhm.
and it was kinda, but it also was like it didn't flow the right way. The worlds were too big. They had a whole bunch of weird limitations. The graphics weren't as good as they could have been.
Mhm.
The controls were weird. The game got hella mixed reviews. In my opinion, that game is a six. No, that game is a five.
Oh
That game's a
wow.
five. Um,
Oh wow.
but Ukulele and the Possible Layer, that game is like an 8 to a 9 because it's no, I'd say right now it's an 8 because it's like Donkey
Okay.
Kong Country, like the newer ones, but it's just
Okay.
Yuka and Lele, and it plays very well. There's like an overworld that kind of plays like a top-down isometric Legend of Zelda type of thing where you're like puzzle solving to figure out how to get to the new levels, and you can also trigger things in the overworld that'll change how the levels play. So there's like each level has two different versions, and each version plays drastically differently. So that's really cool. There's a lot of content in that game. The game's
Mhm.
original price is $40, but GameStop had some weird ass
They
random
had it for
sale,
like eight,
and it
right?
was $10. It was $10 new.
That's
And I'm not like, dude, I'm not missing out on this deal. I drove like
yeah.
20 minutes to a GameStop to get the game. I was like, I'm not
Oh my
missing this
gosh.
deal. I'm not missing this. This is the perfect opportunity to jump in, and I'm not missing my window. So I drove like 20 minutes to like 117th to you know where that Target is near your house that closed?
And you went to over to
It's off I-57 over there.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
there was like a GameStop tucked
Yeah.
over there that I figured there was a GameStop over there, but I never checked. But yeah, there's a
Mhm.
GameStop over there, and there was a copy there, so I just went over there and got it. So
Marshfield, you went all the way over to Marshfield Plaza.
yeah,
That's what you're telling
that
me.
was the only one other than Orland, but Orland had a copy that was pre-owned, and it was on hold until Friday, and I was like, fuck that. So I
Uh,
drove over to Marshall Plaza and
yeah.
got it. So yeah, I'm playing that. That's gonna be a game I play. I also been playing Pokemon. Pokemon's good, and my for me,
Okay.
this Pokemon's good.
How is
If
it?
the game's good,
Um,
don't let the elitists scare you. The game is good. It's a Pokemon game.
I'm not. I'm not even
I'm
like.
saying that I'm not even saying that just for you. I'm saying that for everyone who's listening. If you like Pokemon, if the idea of
Yeah.
playing Pokemon is appealing to you, play the game. It's better than Let's Go
Well,
because Let's Go was
even
a spin-off. This game is actually
yeah.
Pokemon. This game's good. I'm like
Well,
12
like a lot
hours
of people
in.
that were complaining still said that it's
I mean,
not
of course
terrible.
there's things to complain
There's
about,
just I feel
but
like there's
it's
a lot
still
of
a good game.
yeah.
If you want to play
Like I feel like
Pokemon,
there's a lot of
it's
critique,
Pokemon.
but everyone is just agreeing that it's
I do
if you
agree
like Pokemon,
I
you'll
do
like
agree
it.
it's just more of the same. So I'm hoping
Hmm.
whatever comes after this is more um what's the word? More like they want to try more things. They want to expand their graphical engine. They want to expand how Pokemon plays. Like
Hmm.
Yokai
Hmm.
Watch, they had 3 games on the 3DS. Each game changed dramatically. Each game, like by the like Yokai Watch 1 was good. Yokai Watch 2 was
Yeah.
good. Yokai Watch 3 changed the whole battle system. And
Hmm.
Yokai Watch 4, which is on the Switch, actually made the game look dramatically different than it did on the 3DS,
Hmm.
and it became more like less than a action RPG where you're like controlling the yokai individually. Like you actually move around the state. Like Yokai Watch is more ambitious than Pokemon is, but Yokai Watch does not have the following that Pokemon does, and that's a damn shame. Like when Yokai Watch 4 actually
Is
comes to
it
Switch in America, I'm buying it day one. I don't care.
is it because Yokard Watch is like a little bit more themed, like geared towards like little children? Is that why it
It's
might
more
be?
it's I think it's I
Or
don't
is it
know, it's
more of a
like it's just it's
Japanese
a more Japanese
niche?
niche cuz yokai are literally Japanese ghosts. And like there's a
Mm,
lot of
okay.
niche things that only like Japanese themes work with, I guess, with Yokai Watch, but I don't know. But Yokai Watch is more ambitious than Pokemon, straight up no cap. Like I will stand by that statement.
Straight up,
A lot of
okay.
people will like agree with me on that. If you look at all the Yokai Watch games, they change
Hmm.
dramatically compared to Pokemon games. The Pokemon games have been taking baby steps over each generation, and this is the this generation or the next game that comes out on Switch needs to actually make that next big step because there's no excuse why Pokemon looks like a 3D like a Wii version of a 3DS game when
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3 and Odyssey and Breath of the Wild look how they do. There's no excuse. Like that's the one thing that I'm like I agree with the elitist on that
That it
The Pokemon company
doesn't
is
look
playing
good.
really safe with Pokemon.
Like, does it seem like they're
It
being,
looks fine, but
I don't
it's
want to say
like
lazy, but
it could look better. They could literally put more blood, sweat, and tears into this game than they have, and it will
mhm,
look amazing.
but
I'm
they're
just
like
saying they
trying to
have the capability.
keep it simple.
They're probably trying to keep it simple because they're trying to just get the game on the system. And also, what people are saying is they could probably just play it safe and it'll still sell anyway, which honestly it did. It was like one of the fastest selling games on the Switch. I think Smash was the last fastest selling game on the Switch. It broke Smash.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we're not about to go ranting on about Pokemon Sword and Shield. We could do that for hours
Yeah,
on
no.
end. But yeah, so that's pretty much that's the opening of the episode. Jesus, where I hope you guys now have a little bit more of a understanding of who me and Aisha are as people. Hope you guys fuck with us heavy. I know what you know what I'm saying. I hope you guys down with us now. But now we're actually going to switch over to the RDW updates for the week. So, let's see.
Yes. It seemed like a long
It was just a
intro to the
conversation. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about this week, so we had to pad it up, you know.
There isn't, yeah,
Yeah,
because with Black Friday and the
yeah.
holiday,
All right.
I work
So,
again this Black Friday, but in the morning,
mhm.
so
All right. So this week on the RDW updates, a couple things have happened in the last week or so with Team RDW. I finally put up the Chicago board game um, cafe interview earlier this week, so that's up.
yeah.
So we talked to the head of retail and game for the Chicago Board Game Cafe. It's gonna be really cool. It's coming to the Wicker Park neighborhood, which is actually pretty close to Aisha's place. So we're gonna be going there pretty often, maybe.
Yeah, literally a bus ride.
Yeah, it's really close. And then also I was bored one day, and I also felt like it needed to happen because we've been streaming a lot on Twitch. So I made a couple new stream assets for the Team RDW Twitch channel. Convent RDW on Twitch. I've been streaming. Connor's been streaming. Mainly me and Connor have been streaming, but I didn't know Connor would be so into streaming as he is right now.
Hmm.
If he had more time, I'm sure he'd be doing it damn near every day. Um, and also, yeah, we've just been streaming a lot more there. So that's real fun. Trying to grow the audience, try to play more games on there. So if you want to see some cool games, see some cool gameplay, uh, follow us on Twitch, Convent RDW on there. And also, me and Connor also went to a CTA board game event um, in Wicker Park yesterday. No, Saturday.
That was Saturday,
Yeah, it was on
yeah.
Saturday on the 23rd of November. And when I say CTA board game, most of you might be thinking, what the hell are you talking about? A CTA board game? Yeah, there is a game based on the Chicago Transit system that is actually pretty fun. It's called CTA, the Chicago Transit Adventure, and it's a really cool board game made by the people behind Transit Tees, which is a brand that's basically the best Chicago like branded tourist wear slash swag I think I've ever seen. Like if you come to Chicago and you're a tourist, go to Transit Tees. That's like the best Chicago themed store I've ever seen. I actually want to go there and buy some stuff because they have some really cool pins. They
Yeah,
have
they
some really
do.
cool stickers. They have a whole bunch of really cool framed work and clothes.
Don't
All
they also have a CTA like card game?
Yeah, they have a CTA card game too
Cause
called The
we
Loop.
first met them. What
I
was it
found
at?
them
Was it
at
at Market
yeah,
Days?
North Halston Market Days. hmm
Yeah, that was a really good find.
Like they have an enamel pin that's based off of a Chicago parking ticket, and I'm livid, but I want it.
They have I also see they have a Giardinera enamel pin. I'm like looking at the
Yeah.
website now,
They also
and
have
I'm just
they
like,
also have like
wow,
magnets
this
based off
is.
of every Chicago CTA stop as well. So, but yeah,
Hmm.
it's a board game where the objective is you're you basically get a piece that's based off one of the colors of the Chicago CTA, so like red, brown, pink, yellow, blue, etc. And you're trying, you get like these destination cards. You draw like five at the beginning of the game, and your objective is to go to each stop that you have in your hand. But every turn rotation, there is a condition. So, like for example, I might have a card where I have to go to O'Hare Airport, which is off the end of the blue line, and I might also have a card where I have to go to California on the blue line, and also 95th on the red line, and
Hello.
also like some other random stop on the orange line. You have to go to each of the stops that's in your hand, so you have to actually every turn you can roll to see how many like spaces you move, and you
Is
can
that how
move
many
that many.
stops you
That's
go?
how many stops you go, yeah. But also you can, I think you can get these you can use your movement points or something like that. I didn't get to play, Connor played. I was mainly getting footage and stuff of the event, but yeah, you get these movement points and you can use them to either move down the lines on the trains. You can also transfer tracks to move along the tracks as well, but also you can like go off certain stops and transfer to the bus, which cuts you to a different station. So like if you're like one station that doesn't connect but you need to get to a different one, you can get on the bus. That's just literally just a shortcut and you can get to another line. So you can go from like green line to like orange line just by taking a bus, and you can do
Wow,
that.
it's like the real
Yeah,
CTA.
so it's like,
Hmm.
and all the lines on for the bus are actual like actual lines. Like there's like the 49 and like the 7 And like, there's a whole bunch
Yeah,
of actual bus lines on there, so they actually did their research. They all take the bus often, so it's actually really funny. Like, I'm
I would
saying that
think
if me and
so.
Aisha
The
played,
fact that they
me and
the
Aisha
fact that
played
they
should
made
be
an
yeah.
entire uh the fact they made an entire board game about this.
Yeah, and then
Like,
there's like conditions. So like there's example like I think you can also close down stations too, so that like really messes. It's like a race. So you're trying to
no.
get to each station as fast as possible, but someone can close down a station so you can't take that station. So then you have to reroute and do a different
Oh,
way. So it's like
that's the
if
most
people wanted
annoying
to, so if
thing
you're
in real
winning, people could
life.
be a dick and like close down your whole line. Or but also there's
Hmm.
like there's condition cards, so they change how the game plays for that round of turns. So there's like one condition card where it's like all trains going this way have to go this way, or like this whole line is now shut down and now all trains on this line have to move to this line to reroute. And it's like
Oh, that sounds like that would
or
make me
or
mad
it's
because
like
they're
there's a Cubs game, so if you have to pass through Belmont, you have to wait at that stop for like a turn and a half or two
yep.
turns before you can actually keep moving. So it's like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's really relevant to locals, and but
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not,
Honestly,
yeah,
I would totally buy it. I
I
would
really want to
buy
play
that
it.
game.
I really want to play it
Yeah.
some more. So yeah, I actually got to interview Tom, one of the head director of the game for creativity on the Chicago Transit Adventure, and I really hope you guys check it out. It's like $40, but like honestly, I know that sounds like a
It's
lot,
a
but
board
that's
game,
average. That's
yeah.
average board game price, especially for premium board games. That's average price, and I'm down to pay $40 for this game. It's really worth it. Looks really cool. Check that game out. So,
There's a
like I told,
turnstile sticker. That's cool.
yeah. But yeah, like
Um,
me and Aisha were saying, it's a slow news week, but we have a couple things we need to talk about today. So let's get started with our first news topic for the week: the Game Awards. The
okay.
Game Awards 2019 nominees were posted this past Monday. So the week before this episode went up, the nominees for the Game Awards went up last week, and we've had a little bit of time to look over them and stew over them, and figure out who we'd be electing or nominating for certain things. And yeah, really interesting lineups. Lots of people are kind of conflicted about these selections. Some people are a little salty over certain things over other things. But Aisha, did you actually go in like the website and vote for your categories, or did you just look at them?
I'm just looking at them because I don't
I actually like them
because the
because
game
hmm?
I just feel like I don't know enough about the games that are nominated other than like seeing a trailer and
Mm-hmm.
like hearing people talk about them.
Yeah,
Like for Death Stranding and Sekiro, I think those are like the two that I've
yeah,
probably heard the most about, you know.
yeah. So I'm gonna actually go down the list of like the list of categories and also the nominees for each category. And we're gonna talk really quickly about most of these categories. And for those of you who haven't voted yet, the Game Awards are actually on the 12th of December. So we have a
Friday.
little bit of time still. And it's crazy the Game Awards were just last year because I correspond the Game Awards last year with Smash coming out, and it's crazy
Also,
that
we were watching it in
yeah, we're
line, and
watching it
that's
online
when
for
they dropped
Smash.
Joker, and I
Yeah.
screamed.
But it's like crazy. It's been a year already. Like, Jesus. It seems like all that just happened. It's crazy. Passage of time. Jesus. But anyway, let's look at the Game of the Year nominees for the Game Awards 2019. We have Control. We have Death Stranding. Resident Evil 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I voted for Smash for Game of the Year because that's the game I've mainly played this year, honestly. Like, I only vote for categories that are games that I feel that I've actually played. Like, I don't know. But yeah,
That's why I didn't vote
I only
for
played
really
Smash,
anything.
so Smash gets my vote, but also because honestly, out of all the games on this list, Smash came out last year, literally a year ago, once the Game Awards air, and it stayed in public eye consistently through the whole year. Think about
Yeah,
that. Literally Smash Brothers, everyone knows exactly what's going on with Smash damn near every other month of this year. Control came out earlier this year. Death Stranding just came out. Resident Evil 2 came out, I think, in February. and Sekiro Shadows Death. I don't even remember when Sekiro came out, and Outer Worlds came out maybe like 2 months ago. But Smash came out last year in December, and everyone has consistently been talking about Smash throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
That's why I feel
It
like it's worth Game of the Year because
it's been
it's
a
been
long
keeping a
year.
buzz. It's been keeping relevancy for the whole calendar year.
And we still don't even have all of the
And we
DLC
still haven't gotten
characters.
the last DLC character yet. Even though they said it
Yeah.
wouldn't release they said they were capping their calendar for the releases until February of 2020,
Which is
but even
fair.
still,
But
we've
still.
consistently gotten new characters all through this year, characters that people didn't even think were going to be in the game. I'd say personally, Smash Ultimate does deserve to be the game of 2019. Personally, like just going off of, yeah, like you guys can say what you want, but I think Smash Brothers Ultimate is 2019's game of the year. Personally,
I
Outer
feel like that's
Worlds
an
looks
interesting
cool.
take.
I do want to play out of the Outer Worlds if I have the time. Sekiro, I'm not huge on From Software games, but I respect the game. Resident Evil 2, I know some people that have been pining for that game for years.
Yeah.
And Death Stranding came out literally less than a month ago, but it already has some heavy words. And Control, I haven't actually heard anyone say anything about. I haven't heard really many people talking about Control since it released, but I've heard
Yeah, I
it's a
haven't
really
heard
good game to
anything
check out.
about it. I think I've heard
Yeah,
of all the games on here except for that one.
yeah, that's one game that
Um,
I want to check out. I want to check out all the games on the list, but yeah, Smash for me is game of the year for 2019. All right, moving on to best action game nominees were Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern
mhm.
Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. I voted for Devil May Cry 5 even though I haven't played it, but I feel like it deserves it.
Even compared to the new Call of Duty and
Yes, because Devil May Cry 5 is a game I'm honestly surprised it didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. But
yeah,
as far
people
as
were like
action games go,
that was a hyped up game,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was like a big game that got revealed at the
It was
yeah,
yeah, people were
big game.
freaking out.
But as far as
Yeah.
action games go, like Astral Chain's on the list. I've played Astral Chain, but I haven't played Devil May Cry 5, but I feel like as far as action games go for the year, like when you think action, Devil May Cry 5 is like the go-to straight up action. Like Gears 5 is
Mhm.
cool too. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I feel like that's more like a multiplayer title than anything. But yeah, Devil May Cry 5 is all action all the time, high movement, good game
Mhm.
for sure. That's what I voted for best action game. What would you vote for if you had to vote, Aisha?
I don't know because when I think action, I don't know if I think like Apex and
You
Call
think
of
shoot?
Duty.
Yeah, it's weird
I
because
think
there's a
shooters.
lot of things
Like I
they
feel
had to
like
merge a whole bunch of
mm,
categories in the last recent years. Like shooter, there's not like a whole bunch of shooters anymore, so they have to merge
mhm,
action games with shooters. So yeah, like, even
yeah.
still, I don't think action. When I think action, I don't think. That's why I'm
I
saying
don't
like
think
I vote for Devil May Cry 5 because when I think action, I think all of the high
yeah,
paced combos, all the wild shit, the combat and everything of Devil May Cry 5. That's why I
yeah.
would vote for Devil May Cry 5 for best action game. Now there's also an action
Yeah, I feel
adventure
like it might
genre.
be between like Devil May Cry and Astral Chain.
Yeah.
Like those are the two that I would
hmm
think.
But there is an action adventure genre because adventure games aren't that common anymore, or like it's
Hmm.
not like you can't get that specific with it anymore. So action
Hmm.
adventure is its own genre now. So we have Borderlands 3, Control again, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Link's Awakening, and
That's an
Sekiro
interesting
Shadows.
one
That's
in there.
yeah, this cute
Like
little
compared
action
to the
adventure.
rest of these,
Yeah,
like all these badass like pictures and
Link's still within a little
these
toy Link.
and then little toy Link.
Yeah.
Like
I personally voted for Borderlands 3, even though I haven't played it,
mhm,
because Death Stranding, it doesn't seem as high action as I'd think when I think action. Like I
okay.
don't know when I think like action adventure, I'd say action adventure for sure. Adventure is Borderlands 3.
Hmm.
Link's Awakening is cool, but it's like I probably have to say like with the levels of
I feel
action
like
and
it
adventure in
I feel
Borderlands
like it
3.
can't compare.
I'd say Borderlands 3 would probably take that one for me personally.
Mhm.
Let's see. Best art direction for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic direction, design, and animation. I gave that one to Sayonara Wild Hearts.
I knew you were gonna say it, but I don't disagree.
I love the art direction for Link's Awakening, like the toy box feel. But the
Hmm.
Sayonara Wild Hearts, have you played Sayonara Wild Hearts? Like that game is a fever dream. That game is amazing to
It
watch. The
is.
animation is so good. The music goes, it's like you're playing a music video. Like play Sayonara Wild Hearts. If you have an Apple device, get Apple Arcade, download Sayonara Wild Hearts, play through the whole game. Literally will take like 2 hours. It is so damn good. And the art direction is amazing. I love that. It's so good. So yeah, that's what I nominated for art direction. Audio design I
Hmm.
give to Call of Duty because the work they put into getting those guns to sound the way they do
Yeah. Is it too
is a feat. It's
realistic?
a feat. It is a feat. Like the work they put into the gun sounds every year. The
That's
tech is
crazy.
insane. Like the if you listen to any of the director interviews for audio design,
Hmm.
like for Game Informer, like the work they put into getting these gun noises and the footsteps and everything, it's astounding. So I personally gave it to Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
And is it like you know how games are sensitive when there's noise on your left side and your right side? Is it
Yes, it's
good with
very yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm not super into Call of Duty, but
They're always on
I
top of
wouldn't
it
be
with sound
surprised if they
design.
won. Yeah.
Let's see. Community support, I have to give it to Fortnite. The other
Community
nominations were
support.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, Fortnite. I had to give it to them because, excuse me, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness. I don't know.
Fortnite?
I mainly pay attention to Fortnite the most out of everything on this list, next to Apex. But like as far as the support that Fortnite gets, like you can't deny Fortnite. Just
But do
especially
did
recently with the Chapter 2 update, like the
because I
support
was
that Fortnite has been getting like all the time, especially with like the videos and like when the game went down for like 3 days,
hmm
the community support, like the amount that people are like retweeting things, posting
what do they
videos for it.
mean when they say community support? Do they mean from the community support towards the players
Oh
or the
wait,
players?
no, I think they're actually talking about not no. So I think I'm getting this mixed up. Yeah, um, transparency, responsiveness. Yeah, they're going off of like
Yeah,
the team.
transparency.
The team. Yeah, but I
I
don't
don't
know.
know
I'd
if I
still give
would
it to
give that to
Fortnite.
Fortnite,
I don't know.
especially with all the controversy and stuff
I
that
don't
went
know.
on with
I give it to
the
Fortnite
dances.
in
With
this.
transparency, I feel like they weren't transparent at all
Oh yeah, with the dances and
with
stuff. Yeah,
with the dances and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. I give it to them just for the thing. Concert creator of the year, I skipped that. Esports coach, I skipped that. That's not like personally categories I care about. Esports event though, I gave to
League.
I gave to
I would
League.
give that to League.
League of Legends World Champions
It
2019.
yeah,
The other
I
thing
would
I
give
would
it to
probably give it
them.
to was be Evo or the Overwatch League Grand Finals, but like going off of my recent surge of League of Legends interest and also the
It's
Giants
just
music video, yeah, League of
it's
Legends World
insane.
Championship
Like
for sure.
it's
The and
I don't
also like
they keep getting
this
better
yeah
every single year and it blows my
and this
mind.
year being their 10th anniversary, the amount of work they put into this year, like they went all out this year. So yeah, League of Legends
Hmm.
World Championship, just as an event, I'd say they take it this year. Esports Game of the Year, I give it to League.
League.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Fortnite has their own thing going on. It's interesting to watch. Overwatch has their own leagues and stuff. I don't watch CS:GO. I don't watch Dota, but League's the scene for me. So
League, I was gonna say League is like the what's the word?
League's that gas.
Yeah,
League's that gas.
they're
Esports
the
host, don't
champions.
care. Esports player, I gave to Bugga because why not? Um, he was the 16-year-old that won the World Cup this year for
Oh, for
Fortnite, and I was just
Fortnite.
like, yeah, because they also recently, like, well, actually today, the day of we're recording this podcast, Fortnite actually put out like a behind the scenes documentary on Bugga. Like,
Really?
yeah, it's like all like behind the battle bus or something, or from the battle bus or something.
Hmm.
And it's like a little mini doc, like 24 minutes long, on him, like his story and stuff. And I think that's really
That's
interesting. Like
cool.
I haven't
I
watched
might
it yet,
have
but I'm
to
going
watch
to.
that later.
Yeah, I bet that's really cool. Just hearing about how this 16-year-old has just become
He just got
esports
famous.
famous, or just an esports champ, so young.
Yeah.
Esports team I gave to G2 because I don't care about esports, but also I just know their name, so I gave it to them. Um, Best family game though, Nintendo has literally every single category, every single
Yep.
nomination in this category, but I gave it to Smash because Smash is Smash, and literally
Family
every game on
game.
this list, every game on this category is
I think.
Smash takes it
Yeah.
because Yoshi's Crafted World is cute, but like it's two players, but it's primarily one player. Mario Maker 2 is cute too, but it's cool too, but it's like you mainly play none of these games you really play with a big group other than
Well,
Smash.
Smash is the yeah, I would say Smash is the best family
Smash is the
game
best family game.
or the best group game
Yeah.
because it's like that's their whole thing is
Mhm.
getting a bunch of your friends and family to play it.
Yeah. And then
I think the only thing that maybe could compete is Ring Fit, but even
Ring Fits, I
then,
wouldn't even. I don't know. They advertise Ring Fit as like get the ring, get your friends and play, and I'm like, no one's playing Ring Fit as a group. No one's playing. I would never bust out Ring Fit at a party ever.
no one's gonna bust out Luigi's Mansion at a party either.
Exactly. So
I feel like you're more likely to bust out. Well, I think you people are more likely to bring out Mario Maker and be like, "Hey, play my stage." So
yeah,
maybe actually it'd be more so between Smash and Super Mario Maker, but I think Smash
Smash for sure took it. People mainly play
for
Mario
sure
Maker
should take
solo,
it.
honestly.
Yeah.
Best fighting game category: Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force, Y, Mortal Kombat
Why is
11,
Jump Force in there?
Samurai Showdown, and Super Mario. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Everyone's saying Jump Force is on there because Bandai Namco gave them a dick ton of money, and that's probably why. Because I was actually surprised that Street Fighter
I'm
wasn't on
just
here. I was really surprised. Like I did not expect Dead or Alive 6. I haven't heard anyone talking about Dead or Alive this year at all. I forgot
I
Dead or
also
Alive even.
forgot about
I
MK11 coming out,
yeah,
but
but
weren't people disappointed with it or
I
something?
don't know. But the only games I actually felt were really good nominees this year were Samurai Showdown and Smash. But I didn't give it to Smash. I gave it to Sam Show because Samurai
Really?
Showdown is a really good fighting game. Like I can't wait
Hmm.
for it to come to Switch or it goes on sale on PC because I really actually do want to play it more because that game is good. The game is good.
Hmm.
And like I don't know, fighting game. Smash is a game that
It's a family game,
I
party
don't know.
game.
If we had to go
Not in
fighting
a
game, I'm
not
not
in a
dissing. I'm
bad
not saying
way.
that Smash can't be a fighting game, but I would give it to Sam.
Compared to
I'm giving it
other
to Samurai
fighting
Showdown.
games,
I'm giving it to Samurai Showdown.
I feel like it's in its own.
It's its own league.
Smash is yeah,
There's
it's its
no
own like
other games
fighting
that
game
there are
genre.
other games that come out that play like Smash, but Smash is literally the
Only
only
Smash
game
can
that
do
only Smash
Smash.
is Smash. Yeah. Let's see. Fresh indie game studio actually. We have a whole bunch of indie game studios, but I gave it to the company that made Untitled Goose Game, House House. So
Yeah.
good for them. Game direction. We have Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Outer Wilds. Um, Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovative in-game direction and design. I gave that to Death Stranding because, yeah, best game direction. I feel like Death Stranding has a whole story to tell, and
Hmm.
anyone who gets to experience it is actually in for a good thing. I haven't played it yet myself, but yeah, Death Stranding can take that. Games for impact. I'm
What does that
basically
mean?
uh for a thought-provoking game with a pro social meaning or message. Concrete Genie,
Mm,
Grease. I haven't played that. Kind Words. Haven't played that. Life is Strange 2. Haven't played that. Sea of Solitude. I haven't played any games on this list. I know more of Life is Strange 2 and Concrete Genie.
yeah.
Games for impact. I think you could actually put like for example, you could put Night in the Woods on this list. You could put
Oh,
what else could you put on this list? You could
because
put
of
like
the
games
deeper
that have a deeper
story,
meaning,
right?
games that actually have like
Yeah.
a actual social meaning behind them, kind of.
Yeah,
Uh,
or like what wasn't the first Life is Strange?
yeah, the first Life is Strange could also be a game like that
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
But yes, social impact. I'd say Concrete Genie because I think it has to do kind of with bullying. Which is why the dude has the brush and he draws like he does because he's being bullied and stuff. So I don't know. I just also like I
Oh.
want to play Concrete Genie, so I just gave it to
What
them.
is that on? Is that
It's on
on?
PS4, PS4
Yes.
exclusive.
Okay.
Best indie game, I give that to Katana Zero because that game was amazing.
Yeah,
Another games on there was Baba Is
that was a
You,
very good
Disco
game.
Elysium, Untitled Goose Game, and Outer Wilds. The only other game on this list I would have voted for was Untitled Goose Game, but Untitled Goose Game was more meme than anything. And Katana Zero is legitimately a good ass action game. Like that game
I
is
still want to
so
play
good.
it.
I need to play it again because I think they
Yeah.
added stuff since I last played
Did
it.
they?
I think they did, but it was a really good game. I need to play it again. Best mobile game: Call of Duty Mobile,
Sayonara, Wild
Grindstone,
Heart.
Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sky, What the Golf. I gave it to Call of Duty Mobile.
Really?
Yeah, because um, I don't know, like they
Does
surprisingly
it?
they actually did Call of Duty pretty well on a mobile platform. Like
That's shocking.
it
Like I would
plays
not have
very well
expected that
with
it plays
touchscreen.
well on mobile.
It plays good with touchscreen controls, and I was really surprised by that. That game actually made me get Modern Warfare
Oh,
because you
wow.
can't play Call of Duty Mobile with a controller. You have to use touch controls. And it's like it plays fine that way, but it's like it makes you want to just have more control and use a controller. So that game made me get Modern Warfare because I was like, I just want to play Call of Duty on my
Hmm.
TV. So yeah, Call of
Maybe
Duty
that's how
Mobile.
they get you.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
You
Um,
download the mobile game
and
and
then
then
you're
you're like,
like,
I want to
dude,
play this. I need to play this with a controller. I need
exactly.
accuracy.
Yeah. So that was a good game. Best multiplayer game: Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty, Tetris 99, Tom Clancy, The Division 2. Surprisingly, Tetris 99 got on here, which is wild because Tetris 99 is
That's.
mainly like a battle royale type of game. You can't really play that with people on the couch.
Hmm.
But I gave it to Apex Legends because Apex Legends. It's like one of the
Yeah, I was gonna
best.
say I would have said the
It
same
was
thing. I
one of
would
the
say
best
Apex.
surprises of the year. No one expected
Yeah,
it. It's a
yeah.
great game. I haven't played it a lot recently, but like it it gave me another like battle royale game to play other than Fortnite, and it's fun. So
And
yeah,
it
Apex Legends for sure. Hold
doesn't
my
run a little bit better.
it plays differently, but it's like it's a
Mm,
good battle royale game and it's free to play. So yeah, hold
mm.
that. Best narrative, I give that to Death Stranding because I haven't played it, but it seems like it has a good
There's a
narrative going
lot.
on. There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Best ongoing game, I have to give that to Fortnite because come on, it's Fortnite. They steady got stuff going on. I mean, I got back into it not for Battle Royale, but for Save the World, and they keep updating Save the World too to this day. Like if I was to jump in and just play Save the World, I have
Hmm.
months of content that I have to catch up on because I'm so low level. Um Let's see, best performance. We have a lot of people up for voice acting work.
Oh, Norman Reedus,
A lot of people for Death Stranding nominations. Of course, Norman Reedus is on there.
of
But I
course.
gave my vote to Laura Bailey for her Gears 5 performance because I like Laura Bailey. She's awesome. No offense to Ashley Birch, because Ashley Birch is awesome too. But I haven't played The Outer Worlds. I haven't played Gears 5 either, but I'll give it to Laura Bailey. Um, let's see what else.
RPG.
Best role playing game, we got Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy XIV, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds. I give it to Monster Hunter World.
I was gonna say I feel like Monster Hunter World
Monster Hunter World is
would get that.
OP, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I give it to Monster Hunter World. I would have given it to Kingdom Hearts 3, but I feel like a lot of people kind of fell off Kingdom Hearts 3 or it didn't actually it
It
got
didn't.
it got good reception, but it feels like a lot of people kind of said it was anticlimactic for them or
A
like
lot
it
of
didn't.
people, yeah, it got very mixed reviews. A lot of
Yeah,
people were saying
it
the
didn't live up to the
ending
hype
was,
somehow.
yeah.
Yeah. I still want to play it because I want to just play in those worlds and control Sora. But
Hmm.
yeah, Monster Hunter World Iceborne for sure can hold that. Monster Hunter World Iceborne is like a whole new game. There's Monster Hunter
I didn't even
World.
know there was another
There's Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, there's Monster Hunter World, which is the base game, and there's hundreds of hours of content in that. But then they made Iceborne, which adds more monsters and a whole new area, and it's like a whole new game's worth of content. They said in that expansion. Like it was so
Jesus
big they had to
Christ.
just make it a new game, basically. Um, so yeah, Monster Hunter World Iceborne for sure can hold that. RPG. Best score in music, I gave that to Cadence of Hyrule because I'm biased. But
I'm surprised you didn't give it to Sayonara Wild
I was
Hearts.
going to, but then I was like, I like the Cadence of Hyrule soundtrack, and also that's the only nomination this game has. So I'm just gonna give it to
Hmm.
Cadence of Hyrule because that's a good ass soundtrack. Best sports slash racing game, I gave that to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel because
I forgot about that
because
game, low
I don't
key.
care about FIFA, I don't care about F1, I don't care about Evolution Football, I don't like Dirt Rally, so Crash Team Racing could hold that. Best strategy game, obviously Fire Emblem Three Houses is taking that one. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure Fire Emblem Three Houses is gonna take that anyway. Best VR slash AR game, Beat Saber's taking that. I voted for Beat Saber.
Beat
Um,
Saber's good, yeah.
yeah, I gave that to Beat Saber, and that is all of the nominations, all of the categories. This is going to be a very interesting Game Awards. I'm mainly looking forward to the announcements of stuff. I'm looking forward to the trailers.
And you said
Um,
what day is that? That's
it is the
on
12th, which is a Saturday, I believe. I think. Is it a Saturday? I'm pretty sure it's a
no.
Saturday. It's usually a Saturday. It's not a Sunday. I don't think it's a Sunday.
No, the third
It is a
the 12th is a
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's a
Because remember,
Thursday.
yeah.
We're most likely going to be streaming live reactions to that. I'm probably going to be streaming on Twitch that night during the whole show. That's
What
going to be
time does
fun.
it come on? I think I work that
I think
night.
it comes on at like
Uh,
6 or something. I don't know. But yeah,
mm.
that's going to be a fun stream. That's going to be good to see those trailers. I hope we get that Bayonetta 3 announcement this year. That's what a
Oh
lot of people
no,
are hoping
I
for.
work early that day, David,
Oh, dope.
so I can watch it.
Cool.
12:12, right?
Yeah. We will
Yeah, I
be
get
in the
off at 3.
stream.
So,
That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun stream.
yeah.
But yeah, that is all the nominations for Game Awards 2019. It's gonna be a
God
good
damn, that's a
show.
lot.
Be sure to tune in. They don't really even like give most of these nominations time on stage. Like they only
They
focus on
put
a couple of the major ones. Like I remember
and then
last year,
they
like Persona won Best Role Playing Game, and it didn't even get to go on stage. Like they just
yep.
announced it in the sidelines real quick, and everyone's like, "Wait, what?"
And everyone was like, "Hello? What the fuck? What just happened?"
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
mainly like people watch the Game Awards for the announcements nowadays anyway. So we'll see what happens. Um.
Yeah.
So now let's move on to our next topic, which shouldn't take that long. Let's talk about how there is a new Nintendo store in Japan, and they have cooler shit than the New York store.
Man, I'm looking at this Animal Crossing merch and I just want
I
all
was
of
looking
it.
at
It's
all the
so
merch, the
cute.
Splatoon
And
stuff,
then the
the
Splatoon
Splatoon
stuff
stuff.
is so cool.
The Splatoon merch is
It's
OP. Like what's crazy is this literally a couple days after this store opened in Japan, Amazon opened its own Nintendo store section online, and I went on there to see if there was anything from the Japan store on there. There's nothing from the Japan store on
nope,
there. And like
of
they have a
course not, because
couple
it's
decent
exclusive.
looking sweatshirts, but it's like they're basic as hell compared to the stuff in Japan. I'm like, why can't we
No,
win?
all
Why
this
can't we
stuff
get
is
anything?
really nice.
Dude, I go to Japan.
I
I
want
would
to
spend 500. I
go.
would spend $300 in that store, no issue.
No, you were right the first time.
I'd spend
500.
$500 in that store, no issue. Like, and I think there was actually a video that I saw on Twitter that got shared. A YouTuber in Japan did a video where they spent $20,000 on buying one of everything in that store.
Oh my God.
About one of everything in the store.
Wait,
Spent $20,000.
this little freaking Mario purse. It looks like his overalls, it's the jeans and the red.
That's
That's
cute.
such a cute tote. That's
Yeah, there's so
adorable.
much stuff in the store. Um, it's basically getting the amount of traffic that the Starbucks Reserve is getting in Chicago right now.
Yeah.
There's lines down the street around the block. That store is getting hella money. Nintendo should open more locations around the world. I don't know why they're
I
acting
want one in
exclusive. They're
they
not
should bring
Disney
one
World. They need to open more. They need to open one in every major city. They
just
need to
bring one to
stop that.
Chicago.
Literally put one in Chicago. Freaking
Where would they put it? I
Nintendo.
don't know.
They find a
But
place.
they
If
could
they keep
totally do it.
building high rises that people can't afford to live in, they can find a spot to put a store.
Like
Put it
I
where the
love
Hershey store used
these
to be. I don't know.
I love all of this like cute little Animal Crossing stuff. Like this makes
Seriously,
me so happy.
like
And
Nintendo
then
needs to
all the
start opening more stuff.
plushes.
I think not too long before that store opened, if I'm wrong, I think they opened a store in damn, I want to say Pakistan for some reason, but I'm not sure. What was that other store opened up? It was one in there's the one in New York, but then they opened another one somewhere else before they opened
I
that
don't
one.
know.
Nintendo store. Um, where was that other one? It was an official Nintendo store somewhere else. Europe, UK. I don't remember. And anyway, Nintendo needs to open a Nintendo store in Chicago because I'm salty. Or in LA. I'll take that one too. But either one. Give the US three, please.
It's three.
Like they just opened another Pokemon Center. Oh, they're opening like two new Pokemon centers in Japan already, and now they're getting another like an official Nintendo store that looks super cool. Give us
Hmm.
something else. Give us something, please. Like I would
They
buy all
don't.
the Splatoon
They don't love us
merch.
over here.
I would buy a whole bunch of Nintendo. I would buy a whole bunch of Mario stuff. I'd buy like a whole bunch of Animal Crossing stuff. And I'm not even a huge Animal Crossing fan, but I like the merch. Like, come on,
Okay, so
please.
it's New York, and then there's one in Tel Aviv,
Where's that at?
Israel.
Israel. That's where it was.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one in Israel. Like, come on. Good for them, but give me one. Let's
Like
see.
out of all the places,
Like
that's like the
freaking
last place I would have expected them to open
exactly.
one.
But like every once in a while, Nintendo will be like, oh, we have this exclusive shirt that only you can get in Nintendo New York, and I'm like, good for the fucking New York people. God damn it! Like, I
I mean,
don't
but
care.
at least we can easily get there.
I mean, I
Want
guess,
to.
but I wish I had the money where I could hop on a plane in an instant and just get over there, shop and leave, buy a round trip ticket the same
Honestly.
day. Hey, I'm going shopping. I'll be back
Okay,
later
no,
tonight.
not the same day.
I'd be
The
that crazy
next
too. You
day.
know I would. I would buy a plane ticket early in the morning, get there around the time they open, buy
But
some
then you have
stuff,
to
and then
shop.
leave.
You have to get through the line.
I no,
You
I'm,
might
I'm
as
not
well
talking
just
about going to
overnight.
Japan. I'm talking about going to the Nintendo New York store.
Yes, I know what you're saying, David.
Yeah, it only takes us
Yeah.
like 2 hours to fly there from Chicago, so it wouldn't be an issue.
And then you have
Um,
to get to the store, get through the line, get your stuff.
yeah, it wouldn't take that long. I'd do it, no issue.
I think it'd be more cost efficient to just leave the next morning
Yeah, and then I have to
instead of
get a
leaving the
hotel
same day.
or something or an Airbnb. I'll just buy my stuff the same day, buy my stuff,
Or
leave,
you can
go
just,
back to the airport right afterwards, just walk in,
I
get
mean,
my stuff, go get something to eat, go back to the airport.
just sleep in the airport.
That too. That too.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Oh, this was like I said, slow news week. I just made this I made this topic just to bring it up and talk about it. Um
God.
so there was a trend going around on Facebook. You might have seen it the last couple of
Still
days, or
going
maybe on
around.
social media, maybe on Twitter. I don't know. The last couple of days, where it was the decade challenge. Well, since we're going into the Roaring Twenties next year, that's where everyone's hype about. I guess it's gonna be the start of 2020, so everyone started sharing Facebook pictures from like 2009 or 2010, and they were comparing themselves from then to now. So I started getting a whole bunch of flood of pictures of my friends from like middle school. No, no. Yeah, late middle school, early high
2009.
school, like early
Yes, that would
freshman
be
year high
like
school.
your freshman
Yeah, like
year.
freshman
Yeah.
year high school, and comparing them to now. And let me tell you, a whole bunch of my friends basically glowed the fuck up. Like everyone looks so good now. It's funny what like a haircut and some facial hair can do to most people.
All the people that we know that had that same Justin Bieber bowl cut,
So many white people had that same haircut, but then they all changed their hair and now they look so much different. So different
they
now.
all got the sides cut and
Mhm.
or their hair tapered in one way or
And they all grew
another.
some facial hair in a way or so. Yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
Most of them, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. So Aisha, compare
Yeah.
yourself from 2009 to now. What would you say? How would you say you've grown from 2009 to now?
I look exactly the same.
No,
I
you
have not
don't.
had no glow.
You
I
look
feel
you
like
look
I
different.
do.
You look different.
My face
Like
looks the same.
your face looks a little different. A little
I mean,
different.
I would say the biggest difference is I used to have the the swoopy hair, like when
You
my hair
had your
wasn't
emo
healthy.
face here.
Yes, I had the emo hair. People would say I looked like a Super Saiyan.
Hmm.
And now I have natural hair. I rock an
Yeah,
afro.
you have an afro now.
I rock the fro or whatever
You
natural
did braids a lot
styles.
when you were in middle school or high school too, didn't you?
No.
You didn't do braid. You didn't do afro that much, or did you?
No. No, when I was like in because between like seventh and eighth grade, my hair like broke off.
Oh, right, right. You did tell me
So it
about
was
that.
in a yeah, so it was in a really weird stage. And at one point, I had this. I would have to show you pictures. I had this like weird like the short curls that like a lot of like older people would get.
Hmm.
Like I had like those,
Oh,
but
okay.
they were meant to. I would have to show you a picture.
Hmm.
Like the short, um, the curls that like go up. Like they look like I can't describe it,
Yeah, I'm having a hard time
but
visualizing it. But like, how were you? How
it's
did you
like
feel you were as a person back then compared to now?
I
You're for
mean,
sure not as emo as you were, or whatever back then. You're not as seen as you were when you were in the
I
beginning of
mean
high
she,
school, or
I mean
either that
she's
or
still
you.
there.
You said she's still there.
She's still there.
Mm, okay.
uh, I mean
It's not as
I feel
cringy
like
anymore.
yeah, I guess I'm not as uwu
Ooh woo
uh
rar. What's
rar
this?
XD. Yeah.
Uh huh.
I'm not as rar as I used to be, but
Mhm.
I mean my interests haven't really changed much. I guess
Yeah.
now I'm just able to express them more without
Without
feeling
being
like a
shamed by
weirdo.
it,
Yeah, without being
because
like
being a nerd is
bullied.
cool now. 10 years later.
But also I'm a grown ass woman
Yeah.
that where it don't matter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, like I shared a picture of myself that I found one of the few pictures from 2009 that I could find, 2010 that I could
Hmm.
find, and like everyone was like, "Who the heck is this?" Because I remember when I was in like 2009, like 2010, I was always like I've always been like self-conscious about my body,
Hmm.
because of like bullying from when I was like a kid, like in elementary school.
Yay.
But I
Bullying.
always felt
Woo.
like I was like fat when I was like that young. But like looking back and I'm like, what the hell was I talking about? Like I looked fine. What the fuck? Like I was
What do you mean you were
like I
fat
felt
back then?
I
What are you
had self.
talking
I was
about?
hella self conscious back then. Like I felt fat back then. But it's like now that I'm like pushing 280 and I'm like 6'1" and I'm like I actually I can't have to wear double X's now. Like I could fit into extra larges slash larges back then, but it's like for my body size that was fine. But now I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell was I complaining about? I looked fine. My face was so thin. like, dude, I look drastically different from when I did back then. Um, and also, of course, I didn't have any facial hair. My hair was shorter. I let my hair grow
Hmm.
out a little bit. Have like a natural fro kind of going on right now. Mainly because I'm too lazy to cut my hair or do anything with it. But
Pick your hair out.
I was probably gonna wash my hair and pick my hair out.
Just
But
moisturize it.
yeah, but also comparing my interests from then to now. Obviously, once you're a weep, you're a weep for life. So
Yeah.
my interests have not changed at all. If anything, I've found a way to harness that energy into, I guess, something tangible. I
Oh
guess.
my gosh, David, I found a picture of us from when we were at the Sears Tower thing back in like
Oh
2015.
God.
Oh
Um,
my God.
but yeah, like I'm literally the same person. Um, Less cringe. Um, I
Mm.
know how. Well, I don't know. I'm like I wasn't really super cringe when I was like that age anyway because I was around a whole bunch of cringy people, so I was like internalizing all that to where I wasn't trying to be annoying to other people. And I feel like I'm
Hmm.
kind of the same way, I guess. Um, but yeah, as far as like convention going, like I've been to a lot more conventions than I have back then. Actually,
Hmm.
good. Like I said, I'm harnessing my nerdiness for something productive now. Um, and yeah, so if I was to go back in time and like tell my 10-year younger self something, I would probably be like, for one, I would tell them like as far as classes go for school, I would be like take broadcasting classes,
Yeah.
like because yeah, I would just be like take broadcasting classes, dude. You're gonna need those. Don't worry about photography too much. Just take the broadcasting
Mhm.
classes. And also, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let people shame you into thinking that what you like is weird, because they're all gonna be like people like you are gonna be literally famous and the faces of the community or like
Mhm.
the world in the next 10 years. So, and also play League of Legends with those people in your computer class because that game's
Play
actually gonna.
League.
I was like, play League, try playing League a little more, like, um,
uh,
but yeah,
I feel like for me, I've gotten more comfortable taking pictures, I guess, because I was already, I don't know, I was always like awkward
hmm
about taking photos and stuff, but like I just kind of like scrolled back all the way and like scrolled up to like my current profile picture, and I'm like, huh, I guess I'm like a little more confident now.
hmm
Um, what would I tell my younger self? Um, that's a good question. That's a heavy question. I don't know.
yeah, can't think of anything. Be
It's
like,
hard thinking of it off the top of my head.
don't think too hard about relationships or whatever, or like you're gonna, I don't know, you're gonna find a friend group that you can click with heavy or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I'd be like, don't worry too much about like, making friends and people liking you.
These people, all these people are temporary. Well, most of these people are temporary.
Not even that. It's just I was just always worried about like not people liking me, but being able to be myself with people,
hmm
you know.
Yeah.
But now I found my people.
I really have you ever felt like you wanted to just go back to your high school and like talk to high schoolers and just be like or like at least talk to like the nerdy people in your high school and be like, "Hey,
Mm.
so like I've really wanted
At
to
one
just like
point, I did. That was like the year I graduated, the class of 2014. I
mm,
like did go back a couple of times,
yeah,
and not to help with the nerdy people, but to help out the band.
yeah.
But now with how my high school is, uh,
You've been trying to stay long far away from that place.
yeah, no, it's kind of went.
I
Yeah,
if I still like kind of want to go back to my high school and find out what the anime club is up to and like see if they're doing lock-ins and stuff or whatever. I
hmm
mainly want to like just talk to I want to check out the anime club. I want to see if they're still doing a thing.
yeah. Like I
Or
would
I'd
want to
want
see
to
like my teachers that
yeah.
like the ones that I liked
Mhm.
and the ones that made
But like
impact.
with my high school, I can't even freaking talk to no teachers without an appointment. Like I can't like I remember when I was in high school, like all you need to do is like prove that you went to the school and then just get an ID and then just you could just walk to a teacher's class and just say hi for like 3 minutes and leave. But now it's like you gotta schedule an appointment and talk to the teacher outside of class and it's like you can't just
Yeah.
drop in on teachers anymore. And I'm like, that's annoying, that's stupid.
Yeah,
And like
like I
I tried
remember
to make an
being in
appointment.
school, like when we used to like be able to just be in a class and an alum would just walk in. It would be always be like near
Like
the end
who in
of
the
the
fuck?
school year, like when they're
Exactly.
back in town from college.
Exactly. Like I would love to just talk to the kids in my old favorite teachers' classrooms. I just be like, dude, like, just don't stress too heavy about things that go on in high school. Like, and also like I would like try to like talk to them about college. Like I would for sure talk to those kids about college because I don't know how much like high schools I don't know how casual high schools take college anymore because I know they want to push the numbers of getting the enrollment numbers up for like straight from high school to
Hmm.
college. But also, I would just emphasize to certain kids, I'd be like, if you feel like you don't want to go to college right now, get a job for a year and feel it out. Or if you want to go to college, but also like pro tips, pro tip time. Here's what you do, like stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I really do want to talk to high schoolers or like kids
Mhm.
that have similar interests to me. I might actually, I feel like I need to just harness that energy and go to my local library and talk to the anime club person again, and just try to,
If they still exist.
yeah, and try to be a, what's the call, what's the word, a supervisor for the anime club slash the tech people over there. I don't know,
Mhm.
but yeah, for sure. In the last 10 years, a lot of shit's happened. A lot of people have changed. A
Yeah.
lot of friends have come and gone. Uh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like I have a couple. Most of the people from high school I still talk to, but there's a couple sprinkles here and there that like I don't talk to at all. But I still keep in contact via Facebook, and I like see their life just progressing, and I'm just like, you guys did good for yourselves. You got it all
Yeah.
together.
Or like, cause there's this one friend that I was like super close with in high school.
Or they're married.
They were like my best friend, but they like kind of I haven't talked to her in like forever. She kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I wanna know how she's doing. I miss her.
Yeah. I have one friend
Yeah.
who like did really good for himself. Went to college, got a degree, is married, and
My God.
yeah, like he has all of it together. And I'm just like, that's cool. Must be nice. Anyway, um, but yeah, there's also like a whole bunch of people I follow on Facebook that are pretty much in the same boat as me, where it's like part-time jobs,
Hmm.
trying to feel it out, living life as it goes, just coasting. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I feel like things are gonna start picking up a little bit for me in 2020, going off of finally going to school and getting some stuff together. But yeah, good time skip. A lot has happened in the
Yeah.
last 10 years. I'd say I don't think I'm in a bad place, so I think
I
I'm
feel
good.
like one thing I would tell myself was to don't rush college.
Yeah, I
Like
think I would
don't
tell myself to take it a little
don't
more
sh like
seriously.
don't stress the timeline,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know that was one thing I was worried about.
Yeah, for sure the timeline thing is dude, if I
Don't
knew
stress the
like
time.
if I could go back in time to when I first started Columbia and then I could tell
Hmm.
myself, don't worry about working, the benefits like money will come next year. Do not stress about
Hmm.
that because that's kind of how I fucked myself because I was working my first like year at Columbia and that's kind of what fucked me
Oh
over.
yeah.
But if I was like don't worry about the money will come because literally after I left, that's when the benefits kicked in.
That's when you got the money. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, if I knew that, I would have. If I had like just worked on what I had to do, I probably would have aced all my classes that year. So, but it's
Hmm.
whatever. Time flows how it does, so it's whatever. Um, but yeah, that's basically our podcast for this week.
Woo.
Not a lot of stuff happened, but we had a lot to talk about, so
It's
that's
been a
cool. We
slow
filled an
week.
hour and 20 minutes worth of stuff.
Yay.
Yeah, slow week, but also this week doesn't feel like a major holiday is happening in like 3 days.
Oh no, I forgot about it like three different times.
Yeah,
Like
like I had to
honestly.
remember that Thanksgiving and Black Friday were this week.
Hmm.
Like I was looking at Black Friday sales and I was like, "When's Black Friday? Oh, that's this Friday. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, like
I
I've
still
been
need to go
getting
see Frozen
calls
2.
from people. Oh shoot, that is a thing. But no, I've been getting calls, people asking about our Black Friday sale. And
And
I'm
you're
like,
like,
oh
"Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that is this week.
Uh-huh.
And like the sale is like I think it's like 30% off everything
That's not bad."
online and in store, which isn't bad. And
Mhm.
then and then I think the thing is right now is a lot of places are having free Black Friday
Honestly,
sales,
I'm kind of fuck with
which
that. I'm kind of fucks with that heavy.
happy I'm
Like,
happy with that
yeah.
as someone that works in customer service, but also as
If you just make the
a
whole
patron.
week just the sales and just spread it out across the week so that
Yeah,
everyone's not
or
getting
like
hit like crazy on Friday, like,
like
yeah.
I like how Best Buy, for example, has it is like, oh, best Black Friday prices now, or Walmart has their Black Friday
But
prices now.
yeah, there's like
My
doorbusters
roommate
on
was
Black
able to
Friday
get
and
her.
yeah.
That's how she was able to get her PlayStation. That's how I was able to get my
Mhm.
TV, and I got it for. I like to say I would say I got the TV that I got for a decent price
Yeah, for sure.
because yeah,
Like, unfortunately with GameStop, most of their sales don't kick in until actually
until
Thanksgiving or Black
Thanksgiving
Friday, but
Day.
it's not on
Yeah.
hardware, so it's like whatever. But I mean,
Hmm.
those
But
games prices
now
are always gonna stay there.
with hardware, like with game systems, now everywhere has a decent bundle.
Yeah, damn near
So
everyone has the same stuff. So
you don't even have to go to GameStop unless
yeah.
you have a credit.
Mhm.
That's how we got screwed over last year, was that
Yeah.
if I could go back and tell myself, don't go to
Yeah.
uh
Just
GameStop,
just
I would have.
yeah. Just get the thing from Walmart and then trade in the PlayStation afterwards.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
yeah, for sure that's this week's episode. It was great talking with you, Aisha. Glad having you on the podcast. Maybe next time you're on, we have one or two other people on, but it was
Yeah.
good to just be you and me, baby, just talking about stuff for an hour and a half.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This feels like a regular phone call.
Basically, a well coordinated phone call. But yeah, so like I said in the beginning of the show, guys, my name is David, the host of the show, and Aisha. Say bye, Aisha.
Bye.
And we are part of the Common RDW team, Team RDW, and we have videos on YouTube. We have a Twitch channel. We're on Instagram, Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Mario PRTY Animal, Mario Party Animal. Hashtag Common RDW. You can look us up that way. Also, if you're listening to our podcast on Spotify, hit that follow button so you can keep up to when we put more episodes up. Also, if you're on Apple Podcast, hit that 5-star for the review. And also, if you're on YouTube listening to this, give us that like, comment down below, and also subscribe for more podcast goodness coming to your sub box, and ring that bell so you know when all these videos go live. And yeah, more stuff coming through very soon.
Ring.
Have a good Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Black Friday. Stay safe out there. And we'll see you on the next podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.